have been obsessed with wearing skirts over jeans. I think it is the cutest way to add layers and interest, a little pop of color to your outfits, because I always wear black and it's getting kind of boring. But I've only ever done it with midi skirts, and I am in desperate need of an ultra mini skirt version of it. And today we're going to make one because it is beginner friendly. It is quick, it is easy, it is the perfect project to play around and experiment and just let your creativity flow. So let's just jump right into it. For the base, we're going to need 2 rectangles. I didn't really bother with measuring the width too much. I just used the 50-inch-ish size that the fabric comes in because I can always make it to size by adding more or less pleats. The length of each layer is up to you as well. I gave myself way too much allowance as I was making it up as I go. But take into account seam allowance if you're hemming it. And remember, you can always make it shorter. Now to make the pleats, first you need to pin back like 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters for hemming because we want it nice and neat. Then just grab a bit of fabric and fold it forward on itself. It's a bit easier to do if you have repeating patterns. You can make it as wide or as many as you like. You can vary it in distance and size. It really doesn't matter. You can go crazy. You can go wild, get creative. Just make sure that in the end, it is your desired width. If you don't have repeating patterns in your fabric, you can also make the pleats with a fork, which I've shown you how in this video right here. Now to hem the sides, you'll need to fold the edge twice and then sew it together with a straight stitch. Then you need to sew each pleat down about 2 inches or 5 centimeters, or as long as you like it, it's up to you, with a straight stitch. And don't forget to back stitch. And then do the same thing to the other rectangle. And then you need to put them on top of each other and sew them together with a zigzag stitch to prevent fraying and further secure the pleats. Now let's move on to the waistband. Get a rectangle that's the length of your waist or wherever you want the skirt to lay, plus enough length to tie it together. My one ended up being 100 inches, and the width will be however wide you like it, times 2 plus seam allowance. My one was about 4.5 inches. Then sew all around the piece with a zigzag stitch. Find the middle by folding it in half and pinning on the fold. Do the same with the skirt. Connect the 2 middles and pin the waistband to the wrong side of the skirt and sew it down with a straight stitch. Then flip the skirt to the right side, fold the waistband's edge for hemming, and then fold on top of the skirt's edge and pin it down. To make it easier for yourself, you can do the hem first by ironing it down and securing it with a basting stitch or a straight stitch, and then folding it down on the skirt instead. Before sewing, make sure the edges of the straps align with the waistband. After sewing the waistband, we just need to finish up the straps. The guide for the hem should be pretty obvious and easy to follow, but you can iron them down to make it even easier. When you get to the end, you'll need to fold the short edge in before folding the long sides over and folding it in half. Now for the finishing touches, you can hem the bottoms to make them look nice and neat, either by folding it over twice and sewing it with a straight stitch, or you can use a bias tape for a cheat version of that. At this point, I realized that the skirt is too long because I left too much fabric for hemming, which I decided to skip to make it look more punk and raw, and not because I'm lazy. So I just finished it off with a zigzag stitch to prevent fraying. The last bit would be to iron down the pleats so that they're nice and uniform and they don't move around too much, and you're finished. is the cutest thing I've ever made, and I've made a lot of things. I cannot wait to make it in every color, to experiment, to see what works, what doesn't, which outfits are gonna slay, which ones we're gonna ignore. I'm so excited. I really hope you make one too. And if you do, please send it to me on Instagram. I really want to see it. If you have any questions, any suggestions, leave them down in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to see more, because I've got a whole lot more in this little head. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.